Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of the Milk and Tea podcast, hosted by me, Miruku. This is a podcast where I share anything that is on my mind and provide my thoughts and perspectives with my own life experiences on a topic I feel passionate to talk about. Today's topic is my tarot card reading part 2. I will continue my conversation about my 3-hour in depth tarot card reading that I had received. Stick to the end for a short tarot message for this episode. Now, the energy reading is done, and my tarot card reader pulls out a deck of playing cards. If you didn't know, playing cards are also used to read like tarot too. You're just missing the 22 major arcana cards. She holds these cards and says, "Before we start, I have 5 questions for you. The first question is, what do you want? Don't answer that, just let it linger. The second question is kind of similar, but later on you'll find that it's not really that similar when you try to dissect the meaning. The first is, what do you want? The second is, what do you want for yourself?" She asked me if I understand the meanings of these questions, and I clarified that I did. I told her that I had 2 different answers. She goes on. Number 3 is, what do you want in life? I had to think hard about this. Anything that you want to experience, anything that you want to do. Not life as in we're alive and breathing. No. Life has to have meaning, not just for yourself. But you'll figure that out later on. The fourth question is, what do you want from others? I had to think deeply again. She tells me the last question. What do you want to give away? Giving away is not just material things. It's whatever that is valuable to you, whatever that is a part of you. So it's a question that's a little bit different. Most of the questions are about what your answer is going to be, and you have to make sure that it comes from your truest self. She tells me that those were the 5 questions and to keep those in mind. My tarot card reader begins shuffling the deck of playing cards and asks me if I thought of 3 questions that I wanted to ask, apart from the 5 questions she just asked me. I tell her yes. As she shuffles the cards and talks about the previous 5 questions, she tells me that it's good to get my brain uncomfortable because you don't grow if you're comfortable. You become stagnant. She continues shuffling the cards. When she stops, she tells me to cut the cards in 3 parts. I do this. Then she tells me to think of my first question and point at one pile. And I do the same with my second and third questions. She shuffles the cards from my first question and begins drawing cards. I don't remember the exact cards they were, but I'll do my best to remember what I can. She starts answering my second question out of the 3 questions that I asked the cards in my head. The 2 of clubs is revealed. She tells me that you are inspired, but she pauses. Club is the symbol of fire. Fire is our desire, your desire in life. 2 means you're juggling. You're juggling what you want in life. You have 2 decisions. You have a hard time making one decision, so you're juggling. You're juggling in your life or in yourself right now. Whatever decision you want to create in your life, you have to pick one. Whatever it is, you should not regret it. Because if you pick a decision and it doesn't turn out the way you want, you're programming your mindset to feel regret all the time. Later on, the more disappointed you become, the bigger the regret is. Remember, everything we do is based on energy. Our mindset is energy. You can't see it, right? Right, I say. She goes on. How we feel is energy. You can't see that either. The only thing that you can see is what your eyes can see. Whatever you can't see is very important. Remember, our mind is like a big computer. We can upgrade it, we can download a lot of stuff. My point is, whatever you decide, whenever you make a decision, big or small, you can only pick one. You're at this certain feeling now, undecided, and it gives you a lot of stress. Stress takes a lot of energy from you. So, what you do is you pick one and finalize it. Say, this is it. This is what I want. Focus on what you want and shape it the way you want it so that you can be satisfied. But nothing in life satisfies us anyway, right? But at least be joyful. Enjoy what you decide, whatever decision you make. Don't linger too much or too long with whatever you want in life, because the longer you take to make a decision, your thoughts will create a lot of thoughts and it adds more. So you end up lingering too long and you're stuck. I nod. She continues saying that our mind is hard to conquer, so you have to be aware. Awareness is good because you're aware of your thoughts, you can conquer them. Your thoughts are not controlling you. You are controlling your thoughts. It makes things easier in your life. Everything that comes out of your thoughts, you have to react less. The less reaction, the better. As I said earlier, pick one valuable thought and leave the rest alone. Less reaction is better because the stress doesn't help you pick the right thought or the right decision. Thoughts will accumulate more stress. So don't make a decision when you're stressed and don't make a decision when you're happy. Make a decision when there is no emotion, no happiness, no anger. Because most of the time, we cannot pick the right decision. You have to calm yourself, your mind, and your emotions. Give your emotions and your thoughts time, and you can make a decision. Because the impulse of anger and happiness doesn't help you make a decision. I nod. She continues. So keep that in mind. Then she pauses. But you're strong. You're brave. You really know what you want. You just need encouragement. You need someone to push you. Remember, you are the only one that can push you. You can understand yourself. You can push yourself as far as you want. Towards the end, it doesn't matter if you're surrounded by tons of people, family, friends, whatever. They don't know how you feel and what your thoughts are. Don't believe that Prince Charming is coming to rescue you. No. In the books and movies, we as girls or women have always fantasized somebody coming to rescue us. And it's usually a man or a boy. My tarot card reader says that she doesn't believe in that, but that doesn't mean it exists. You just have to be a little bit more realistic. So don't keep yourself in a fantasy. Because in reality, the movies, the books have programmed us to be in this fantasy. So we have to reprogram these crazy ideas from our minds. So when you make a decision, it has to be from inside of you, not outside. You can listen, you can be aware of what everyone is saying, but a final decision has to be within yourself. So the only person that can rescue you is you, nobody else. So that's why I said making a decision is very important. That's why those 5 questions I gave you earlier is important. So that's where you are right now. That's your energy. You're juggling with what is right and what is wrong. There's no such thing as right or wrong anyway. It's just experience. It's just what you prioritize. Remember, you have to help yourself first. I'm not saying that you have to be selfish. You have to know yourself first. You have to help yourself first so you have the energy and knowledge to give away. She reminded me of the last question. What do you want to give away? She tells me that it's important later on. For now, she tells me, you first. We were only roughly 30 minutes into the reading now, so there's still a lot more information to come. Now it's time for a tarot card for this podcast. Feel free to look up the meanings of the cards and provide your own interpretation if you'd like. Today I'm using the Modern Witch Tarot deck by Lisa Sterrell. Today's card is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands represents fast energy coming in. It's time to get up and get moving. No time to sit around and linger anymore, just go. Bottom of the deck, what we're not seeing is the major arcana, the Hanged Man. It's funny seeing these two cards together because the Hanged Man is not moving. It speaks of finding peace within and staying calm. It's time to meditate and nurture your soul without the expectations and opinions of others. Seeing both of these together tells me that you've probably lingered or rested long enough, and it's time to start moving again. Time to do that thing that you thought about doing, or contact that person, or something, just something that you've always wanted to do. Right now, you're in within that energy to start taking action. You had plenty of time to think about it in your hanged man stance. So now it's time to put your thoughts into action. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of the Milk and Tea Podcast. I'm Miruku, and I'll see you next time.